Track 7, Splinters.
Splinters.
Yeah.
Splinters.
It did have a different name.
Yes.
Didn't
For
it?
a long time.
Yeah.
It was known as Braille for the Weary. And I don't know why. You know Nate McManus?
Yeah.
He comes up with killer working titles for songs. And so I thought I'd give it a go.
Well, it worked.
And it kind of stuck. But like 60% intentional, no one knew what that song was called. So they might want to, back in the day, call the radio and go, play this song. And they're like, the song that goes, do you
What's his
remember
name?
that day?
Yeah.
Said I loved you. But I did have a guy come up to me once and go, what's that song called where you go, change my ways? And I'm like,
Really?
Change my ways. And he's like, oh, it's really good. Anyway. So we went, maybe we'll go with Splinters because...
Easy to remember.
Yeah.
You'll hear it 100 times.
But yeah, I remember you doing the demo for this, and it made us happy. Like when we heard it, we were like, "This is great." But I was kind of like, "Oh, it just sounds like a song we would have written before we wrote Memoirs, like one of the first ever songs we wrote."
Fun pop
I was like,
punk
"We
thing.
can't do that." But at the same time, I was playing it. I was like, "This makes me feel good."
Yeah.
And I was playing it for my kids, and my kids were singing along.
Yeah.
And around that time, that Beatles documentary, Get Back, came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching that, and they write all these amazing songs, but they also, there's a bit of humour with the Beatles. Like they write songs like, Yellow Submarine and Maxwell's Silver Hammer and songs like that, and they're all having a laugh and there's humour. And I was like, hang on, we can do that as well. Like, why can't we use that song?
Yeah. And it's not like the song is light on content.
No.
So there's a real depth to it. And I think actually it's quite a depth of musicality to it as well. Like when your bass line in the verse is just bonkers. It's like
straight out of the Cure book.
But it's also like a lesson in how to do a bass line that works with the drums, that works with the lead vocal, and also does its own thing all in the space of 20 seconds or 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He paid me for that bit. Make sure you mention the bass line in the verse. He didn't actually. I just saying that because it's good.
But you go.
Sorry.
No, you go.
I'll go. We'd put some trumpets and gang vocals. That's what I like. Okay,
Because in the demo we did like accordion and trumpet and all the bass, and we just programmed drums, just scratch drums. But when we sent you, like this was the idea, and it was already bonkers at the first listen. That's why I was like, man, maybe. Yeah,
but I was like, nah, we're gonna take this like full tilt. Like in the lyrics, you talk about a marching band from the gates of hell, and I was just picturing that in my mind, and I was like, we've got to have like marching drums and big marching bass drums and cymbals and just make it crazy. Yeah. So the ending is, it's one of my favourite parts on the record. It's just massive sing-along.
It's huge.
The sing-along should be massive.
Yeah.
And if you're not singing, there's a real problem.
And we
just let it out.
We had a whole gang, a whole host of people in here in this studio around the microphone doing those gang vocals, and we had the extra musicians and the percussion and everything working on that one day. To hear it all finished and mixed, it sounds as massive as we could have
imagined it. Yeah. I think I reckon there's like probably 5 songs in our whole back catalogue where I've gone, wow, turned out way better than I thought. I don't think there's any that are like, oh, that is nowhere near my vision. I think that was like met my vision or went well above. And I think on this record, the amount of work we've put in, I think that we've done that pretty much for every song. But there's something about this song that I'm just like, I think we're going to be playing this song for a bit. Like, it's just so accessible. There's big riffs. There's huge crowds sing along. There's dancing bass lines. There's a real sentimentality, particularly in the pre-chorus. But the message of the song is can we forgive ourselves for different things? Like, I'll let bygones be bygones. Like, I'm okay with allowing forgiveness for other people for anything that's happened in my life, things they've borrowed, broken, said about me. I'll give people a second chance anytime. I don't really have any enemies. I just want to give people the benefit of the doubt all the time, every time a second chance. But I don't give myself a second chance. I am extremely critical of myself, my songwriting, my parenting, just about everything. And there was a song, with this, what's the line with the hand?
Banging gong.
Yeah. In my hand, a sharpened axe to smash these chains, but my memory is a gong swinging mallets, taking aim. Drowning in the words and thoughts I wish I could forget. I'll let bygones be bygones, but can I learn to forgive myself? And so that's the depth of it. But then you just go, I have a splinter in my eye as well. And it's just going, none of us are perfect. If you ever go, oh man, I just want to be like that person because they're perfect, it's like they've got a splinter in their eye as well. And the very last line of the song, what's the line? I keep returning to
move it or so I'll try.
I'll force it out or so I'll try. What can we do in this life but just try and force those splinters out and just try and finish well with as least splinters in our eyes as possible.
If we pursue trying to pull that splinter out, then even that makes you a better person. For trying. That's
noticing
that you have one.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of an unexpected track, but I reckon all you old school OG Skeppers fans are gonna love it.
Yeah.
This will be the Jimmy was always thinking of the new batch.
Straight off the first EP kind of sound.
When we all kind of talked about this, but it's like, once we let this song out, we can't put it back in the bottle. This genie can't be put back in.
Yeah. So we might regret it, but at the same time, it's got that youthful energy, and I love that my kids, and I've played it for because I'm a youth worker and I've played it for kids, and they immediately connect with it, and I think there's something special about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
I hope you like it.